Hello, it's Friday, so that means it's podcast time, as you should know by now. And today we're going to go around, we're going to look at some more projects. We started striping the Camaro, like I said, we were going to put on the podcast, but unfortunately we had a painter call in sick, so we couldn't finish it, so that'll be next week's deal. So we're just going to walk around and talk about everything that's in the shop, and hopefully you enjoy.
Alright, what we have here is our Camaro project that we're putting a new chassis under, and that's the TCI. Basically it's a three-piece chassis. It's got the front that we've now powder coated and bolted on, then we have the center connectors, and then we have the rear section, which is going to be a 3-link 9-inch Ford. A little more progress on this. We just keep on going. It's starting to look pretty cool. We're going to redo the firewall, so at the end of the day this car is going to be pretty nice little fun to drive Camaro. Alright, what we have here is we've fabricated basically a false firewall. This is a build that we didn't start from scratch. We've pretty much redone the entire car, but as we all know, sometimes these cars don't end up where they start. So when we started this, it's been painted, the firewall has been painted, but it's all stock. We didn't care for the stock look of the firewall, so what we're doing is we've made a false firewall, cut it around everything, broke it underneath, rolled it. This is our fuel block. The injector's going to be here. We're going to run rubber hoses up to all the injectors, some Hellborn hoses, and that's kind of what we've done. Once this is painted white and all detailed out, it'll look really cool, but it'll actually bolt in. The brake master cylinder, we'll build a spacer for that, and the master cylinder will sit right here. So kind of one of the cool things that we do when you want to clean up a firewall and you don't want to cut the entire firewall out, you can just make basically a false wall in front and mount everything to it. It looks really cool. What we got here is we're trying to align all these pieces. Keep in mind this stuff's 1940, so it's been around a while. It's kind of beat up. We had to replace a piece in here, and then we've had to fix the end of the running board to get it all to line up correctly. And then back here, what we've done is we've taken the spare tire out of here. It originally had a spare tire, and we've fabricated some beads, like the bead roll that's in this running board, and we've replaced two sections here and put them back in so that when we do the body work, it'll virtually look pretty original. And then what we've done on this piece is we've taken out all the cutout for the brake line and some other things and refabricated it and made these lines come out like a stock 40 Ford. Like it was supposed to be that way. It had a big dip in it before because it had a battery. The battery tray used to be right here. So a little bit of fabrication on the 40 this week. Actually a lot of fabrication. Getting it ready, filling in the gas door, getting the bed angle right, getting the fenders kind of nailed down. Just getting it going and keep it going.
Good.
The same thing, what we've done is we're trying to do a lot of subtle things. We've taken the pinch welt off the bottom of this. We've lowered the bed just a little bit. Kind of pushed everything around, trying to make it look as cool as we can. Again, fix this. We got a hood on now. We're starting to get that lined up and get all this stuff put together. Here's the other side of the inner panel that it looked like before. This is what we're repaired on the other side, what I just showed you a few minutes ago. We're getting rid of all this stuff, cut this off, and replace those pieces. Okay, what we got going on here is we're making an adapter piece for a compressor. It's on one of our high-end builds, and what we're doing is everything on the car has a stainless taper to all the lines, all the water lines and everything. So we made this piece. It actually holds the top of the compressor, and then this piece actually has O-rings on both sides. This goes down, and then there's an O-ring on the compressor itself to hold the other side. So what we end up with is that, and then the stainless steel lines will come out of these two pieces and match everything else that we're doing. Okay, what this is how it starts out. Actually, it starts out as a piece of heavy-walled stainless tubing. We turn it down on the lathe, and then we weld it to the flange, which is this piece. It's all been TIG welded and then blended out. So we start out with that piece and end up with that flange. Pretty cool. A lot of work, a lot of hand work.
You're good.
All right. People always want to know how you make such cool switches and buttons and those kind of things when we're doing a high-end build. Basically, we use a standard switch, but what we don't want it to look like is a standard switch. So we machine a slider that goes inside here that goes down. This is actually, you push the button, it clicks on, clicks off, and then this is actually adjustable so that when it goes into the bezel or the upholstery panel, this can actually be slid up underneath it, put pressure on it, sink it in, make it tight, and then be tightened up from the bottom. But if we ever have to service it, it's just a standard switch that screws in the bottom of it. It's a lot of work to get there, but what you end up with is this really cool bitchin' switch.
Here it's a repaint. The car was originally bought by this gentleman's dad, brand new. Kind of a cool story, kind of cool, interesting deal. We're painting it the same color and putting it back to stock. We're in the paint shop right now, by the way. We got a pair of Chevelle fenders in the foreground. They're getting blocked out and getting finished. We're doing our typical sharpening the edges. Try to make everything razor sharp, because as you paint it and as you rub it, everything starts to lose a little bit of its sharpness. So we make it as sharp as we can to keep those lines nice and sharp and looking really cool. What we have here is another Chevelle that we've done a lot of fabrication on, built the chassis and all that kind of stuff. It's getting ready to get its final block and then go in. And if you see the fine line down the side, we again try to keep that real sharp line, and in order to make sure where it is, we guide coat it with the black paint you see that's kind of sprayed all over it, and then take a razor blade and run it on the edge of that black paint lightly to give us the line so we can check and make sure all the lines are nice and sharp. And then we come into a 34 it's on the other side of this. This is the deck lid, it's painted. This is just a repaint again, a little 34 Ford Roadster. And it seems like we've got parts everywhere and a lot of pieces, and that's kind of the nature of this side of the shop. It's kind of the nature of the business. When you get into paint, you've got to take everything apart. It's got to be worked together, then it's got to be taken apart, detailed, and then finished.